Hello and welcome to Grumpy Gnome Gaming. This is our third video as we look at the classes and subclasses of Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition and Advanced Dungeons and Dragons 2nd Edition. Today's video is going to be looking at the class of a Paladin and its subclasses. A class character is a profession or career. It is what your character has worked at and trained at during his younger years. Each class has a different special powers and abilities that are available only to that class. Now, the Paladin is probably the most restricted class in 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons and in Baldur's Gate. For instance, only a human may become a paladin, and the only alignment that you can choose as a paladin character is lawful good. Now, once we look at the subclasses, there is one subclass that goes against that rule, which is the Blackguard. You still must be a human. However, the Blackguard is the anti-paladin, and you are restricted to an evil alignment only. The only other class that has any type of restriction similar to this would be the Druid, where the Druid is restricted to true neutral. However, a number of different races may still become Druid characters in the game. So, without further ado, let's take a look at our Paladin and the Paladin subclasses. A Paladin is a warrior bold and pure, the exemplar of everything good and true. Like the fighter, the Paladin is a person of action and combat. However, the Paladin lives for the ideals of righteousness, justice, honesty, piety, and chivalry, and strives to be a living example of these virtues so that others may learn from him as well as gain by his actions. Paladin class features include may wear helmets, may wear any armor and use any weapon, may not exceed specialization 2 slots in any weapon class, may achieve specialization 2 slots in any fighting style and allocate 3 slots in 2 weapon style. May use lay hands on ability once per day to heal a target for 2 hit points per level of the Paladin. May cast detect evil once per day per level, starting at 1st level with 4 uses. May cast protection from evil once per day per level, starts at 1st level with 1 use. May turn undead as a cleric 2 levels lower, starting at level 3. May cast priest spells starting at level 9. Receives a +2 bonus to all saving throws. The alignment is restricted to lawful good. And the Paladin's hit die is a D10. The Cavalier is the first subclass of a Paladin. This class represents the most common picture of the knight, a chivalrous warrior who epitomizes honor, courage, and loyalty. The Cavalier is specialized in battling classical evil monsters such as demons and dragons. The Cavalier's advantages are +3 bonus to hit and damage rolls against all fiendish and draconic creatures. May cast Remove Fear once per day per level. Immune to Charm, Fear, Poison, and Morale Failure. And a 20% resistance to fire and acid. The Cavalier's disadvantage is that he or she may not use missile weapons. The Inquisitor, or also known as the Inquisition. The Inquisitor has dedicated his life to finding and eliminating practitioners of evil magic and defeating the forces of darkness, and his God has provided him with the abilities towards that end. The advantages of the Inquisitor are: may cast Dispel Magic once per day, gains 1 use at level 1 and an additional use every 4 levels thereafter. The spell is cast at speed factor 1 and acts at twice the Inquisitor's character level. The Inquisitor may cast True Sight once per day, gains 1 use at level 1 and an additional use every 4 levels thereafter, and the Inquisitor is immune to Hold and Charm. The disadvantages of the Inquisitor are: he or she may not turn undead, may not use the Lay on Hands ability, and the Inquisitor may not cast priest spells. The Undead Hunter. This holy avenger has honed his ability towards the destruction of the undead and other unnatural creatures and is immune to many of their devastating abilities. The advantages of the Undead Hunter are +3 bonus to hit and damage rolls against undead creatures, and immune to Hold and Level Drain. The disadvantages to the Undead Hunter are: may not use the hands-on ability. The Blackguard. The Blackguard epitomizes evil and is nothing short of a mortal fiend. The quintessential Black Knight, the villain carries a reputation of the foulest sort that is very well deserved, consorting with demons and devils and serving dark deities. The Blackguard is hated and feared by all. Some people call these villains anti-paladins due to their completely evil nature. Advantages of the Blackguard are: immune to level drain and fear, may turn undead as a paladin of the same level, and may use the Absorb Health ability once per day. Absorb Health deals 2 points of damage per level to an enemy, healing the Blackguard the same number of hit points. The Blackguard may use the Poison Weapon ability once per day, gains 1 use at level 1, 1 use at level 5, and an additional use every 5 levels thereafter. Poison weapon. Each successful hit within the next 5 rounds will inject poison into the target. Each target can only be affected once per round. The amount of poison damage depends on the character's level. At first level, the target receives 1 poison damage per second for 6 seconds. Save versus death at +1 negates. 5th level, the target suffers 1 point of damage per second for 12 seconds. Save versus death negates, and also immediately suffers 2 poison damage with no save. At 9th level, the target suffers 1 poison damage per second for 18 seconds. Save versus death at -1 negates, and also immediately suffers 4 poison damage with no save. At 13th level, the target suffers 1 poison damage per second for 24 seconds. Save versus death at -2 negates, and also immediately suffers 6 poison damage with no save. At 3rd level, the Blackguard may use the Aura of Despair ability once per day. Aura of Despair. When this ability is activated, all enemies within 15 feet of the Blackguard suffer ill effects based on the Blackguard's level. At 3rd level, all enemies suffer a -1 penalty to hit and damage rolls and a -2 penalty to armor class for 1 turn. At 6th level, all enemies suffer a -2 penalty to hit and damage rolls and a -2 penalty to armor class for 1 turn. At 15th level, all enemies suffer a -4 to hit and damage rolls and a -4 penalty to armor class for 1 turn. Enemies with 8 or fewer hit dice are panicked as well. And at 20th level, all enemies suffer a -4 penalty to hit and damage rolls and a -4 penalty to armor class for 1 turn. Enemies with 18 or fewer hit dice are panicked as well. The disadvantages of the Blackguard are: alignment is restricted to neutral evil. May not cast Detect Evil. May not cast Protection from Evil as an innate ability. And may not use the Lay Hands On ability. If you're still with me, thank you very much. We just took a look at the Paladin class and its subclasses. If you like this video, please be sure to give me a like. If you really like the video, please give me a subscribe and be sure to share this with your friends. We'll be back in the next video as we continue to look at the different classes in Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition and in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition. Thank you very much. This is Grumpy Gnome. I'm out. Take care.